here's the deal, guys. Q, he's a cool guy, and I like his content, but his channel is not the same as mine.
I wonder if you still like my stuff. If the stuff is about you.
Q and Fee does not live stream.
My videos take a long time preparation, and I cannot live stream that.
He does not do a 3-hour live stream every week. He doesn't do impressions.
I don't do live impressions, but my videos show all kinds of impressions that takes me weeks and weeks to create.
He doesn't perform songs.
It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There is so much you have to know. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I'm happy.
He doesn't perform songs.
I'm being called by a moon landing. We've been up in on the moon landing.
I believe they're setting up the flag now.
Ow. Who the fuck did that?
You taste like shit. Piece of shit.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Mommy.
Projector confirmed enabled.
So I do sing. And as you can see, my creativity outdo your creativity. You only show your face and talk. I am really creative. I can't do that in a 3-hour live stream.
Q and Fee doesn't do shit for months at a time. Q and Fee hasn't fucking posted a video in over a month. So he just posts a video whenever he feels like it. And all he does is flat earth content.
So, only flat earth stuff. I guess you didn't scroll through my channel. I cover tons of shit. Look at this baby truth of shit. A mainstream media bullshit. For the sheeple. Don't you have something else to cover than Trump, Elon Musk? Here, and what about this? Are you telling your viewers, your subscribers, that you can only be family if you pay a membership? Huh? And that you're only a real person if you have paid and become a member? So people that don't pay are not family and not real people, according to you, piece of trash. Saying shit about my content that you not even have watched and that you're maybe not even aware of. So what kind of trash is this here? It's baby truth to trash. You not create content yourself, you only show your face and make jokes, and you have the same jokes each live stream. Yeah, that's not creativity. You only pull up videos from other sources and then tell a story with it for your sheeple viewers. Piece of shit.
And I would argue sometimes it's irrelevant content where he's just making fun of Flatzoid.
You have 166 videos with Trump in the title. That's kind of hypocrite. So if I would say you only make videos about Trump, that would be a lie. Because you make other mainstream reporting videos also. But you have 166 titles with Trump in it. You mentioned Trump 3,100 times in your videos. Do you have an obsession with Trump? You are the one repeating yourself with the same shit. Here, your Land on the Moon song. I think you sing that song for at least 30, 40 times. Land on the Moon. Don't you have something new?
So, is Q and Fee and Jake the same thing? Absolutely not.
Indeed, absolutely not. I don't have to sing every week the same songs, make the same jokes.
Am I just a truth channel? Nope, I am not. I am the funniest comedian, in my opinion.
I agree. 99% of your so-called truth is just a joke.
In the world. So if other comedians who do rehearsed jokes are selling tickets and people are paying it, then what's the problem with me asking for $2 to do a fucking live stream like this?
And I was wondering if they might have replaced you. You look so different. Fucking clown. Don't talk behind my back in your members only stream, piece of shit. And now I made some stuff about you. And people going to like it. I hope you like it.
Hey, guys. I can't stop thinking about Jeranism's penis, and I can't stop talking about Jeran's penis. Jeran's penis is the biggest I ever seen. Each weekend I drove to our secret meeting place here at my office. I have to confess that I like to suck Jeran's big.
He's a man so dedicated that he will get down on his knees and put that cock right in his mouth.
We had romantic diners together, and we had long walks in our favorite forest and talked about the flat earth and the sun and the moon. And the most romantic were the sunsets on the beach. And when we kissed, Jeran's breath smelled like a vagina. Next time I ask him to flush his mouth with seawater before we kiss. I have so much good memories with Jeran and how we fought the Globers side by side back in 2016. Jeran and I had many missions together to sabotage and destroy the Globers. I remember how Jeran set Craig from Fight the Flat Earth on fire with his cigarette.
Piece of shit.
Craig survived Jeran's torching, and he was marked for life. And today, he picks his nose and do sad live streams on YouTube and beg for money. Thanks for the $5 super chat, Mr. John. Why it was so easy to infiltrate the flat earth cult. It was fucking easy to infiltrate the flat earth cult back in 2016, Mr. John. You say, if I do that, you will allow me to join the flat earth cult team.
Yes, Jake. Of course you can join the team. If you do it, I will take down my pants now. Are you ready for it? Hop, 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 hop.
Holy fuck, Jeran, that thing is like a foot long.
Go ahead.
Can I join the team now, Jeran?
Yes, you passed the test, Jake. You did a great job, Jake. But next time, don't spill anything on the floor. A good team member swallows all the goodies.
I will make sure next time. Believe it or not, this was the only way I could infiltrate the flat earth cult community.
You look lovely tonight, Jake. And
Here, Jeran, smell my finger.
I think I smell my asshole because I recognize that smell from a mile away.
Oh, Jeran, I like to see your pile driver.
That sounds good. I can prove I am the expert pile driver on the globe Earth.
Please make me happy and show me what you can do with that foot-long object. You are a way better backstabber than QNFE. Give me some more, you nasty backstabber. I remember Jeran and I had a undercover mission in Paris to sabotage the Globe Earth Conference back in 2016. And our cover almost got busted when we ran into Craig on the Champs LAC.
Sacre bleu!
Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, ting dang dong. I'm pretty sure I saw this piece of shit before. Did you see that Simon, Danielle? Those two just look like Jeran and Jake the asshole. Do you see it? I think they have secret flat earth maps in that suitcase.
Jihad Sherpa. Jihad Sherpa. Jihad Sherpa. Jihad Sherpa.
And after this successful flat earth mission to protect the secret flat earth map, Jeran and I became very famous, and they offered us many jobs like advertising special toys and men's underwear for gay people, and we've been on many front pages of gay magazines and on billboards all around cities. And then we even played in a Hollywood movie called Broke My Ass Mountain. Maybe people know the movie because it won many Oscars. We bought new clothes, and Jeran even bought a used wig from the thrift store for $2.50. Two guys like us have to look good. And to be honest, his wig looks better than my $600 wig that I bought at Walmart. I also bought some makeup that fits the colors of my hat and jacket. I also bought matching shoes, and I also have a pair of red and white, but I can't get them now because I lost my ticket for the shoemaker. And to be honest, this piece of shit could be the brother of David Weiss. So in 2016, I infiltrated the Flat Earth cult and pretended I was one of them and enjoyed all the fame and glory. And in 2018, I told them I infiltrated their cult by pretending I was one of them. I will play the recording from a Flat Earth conference 8 years ago where I told them I was not one of them.
He's a man so dedicated that he will get down on his knees and put that cock right in his mouth.
Dicks suck asses. And if you are a dick, you don't suck assholes. And pussies can be more smelly compared to assholes. But an asshole is not an asshole if it's not smelly like a pussy. I'm here to tell you that I infiltrated your cult and also infiltrated many of your assholes. Robbie Davidson, Mark Sargent, Patty Steer, and Rob Skeeter. How is your rectum's feeling after I infiltrated it? Your assholes are not pussies, and we can have assholes for diner, but we can not have diner for assholes because diners are not assholes. And if an asshole smells like a pussy, then we have some serious problem because assholes should not smell like pussies because only dicks should smell like assholes. Because dicks love assholes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Often these cult flat earthers like Jeranism came to my office with a bottle of wine and some snacks, and they wanted me to put mattresses on the floor, and then they asked me to infiltrate and penetrate them, and that is how I infiltrate them back in 2015. Coming for my shoes.
Can you give me your ticket? You need to hand me over the ticket, and then we can identify your shoes.
I don't have a fucking ticket.
Can you give me a description of your shoes?
Fuck my shoes.
Your shoes?
These are my shoes.
Yours. These are not my fucking shoes. My shoes are about this big.
I hate fucking clowns.
You need to wait for your turn, mister.
I see my clown shoes on the shelf.
This pair.
No piece of shit. The red and white pair on the right.
You mean the white?
Right to the right. Give me my fucking clown shoes.
Don't talk to me like that clown.
Fucking asshole. Give me my shoes from the shelf.
The house rules say
I have a live stream on YouTube tonight. I need my shoes.
no ticket, no shoes.
What the fuck is this? I need my fucking clown shoes.
No ticket, no shoes, clown.
I am fucking mad. And I'm gonna get my mommy. Fuck all of you clowns.
Give me your ticket, sir. The red?
I am Jake the asshole, and I'm gonna beat you up, piece of shit. Here, a left and a deadly right. People call me Superfly Asshole for a reason. There is a reason people call me the Giant Slayer. I asked Jeran, and he said, no, I don't. When I asked him, do you still love me after all the stuff we've been through? How the fuck I get over this lovesick feeling in my tummy? Jeran, please. You break my heart. I fucking cry. I think about the last time we had sex. I had a ripped open asshole, and I went to the doctor, and he told me my rectum was damaged.
Noah, the government website. Let's check some data and see if they lie about us, about the global warming, and that global warming causes more rain because of the atmosphere getting warmer and contains more moist. I extracted the data with their own API from like 4 or 5 weather stations in Texas that operate way before 1950s, and then we can see the amount of rain since the 1950s until 2024. And if they want to scam us with some global warming, manipulate the data, yeah, we can see that. We should see more rain. I extracted the data with a Python script for Amarillo, Fort Worth, Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. And these are all the years since 1950. And we can see now a drastic change in 2024. It's always more or less the same. There are some dry years here. Here in 1961 we have one of 18-inch here in Amarillo. And in 2024 it's 14.55 inch for this station. So no increase of precipitation. No sign of global warming that causes more rain. Huh. I thought global warming was a biggie. But we cannot see this on all this data here. Look here in Houston, how stable this is. No sign of global warming. Or even cloud seeding. Yeah. No sign of cloud seeding. Must be bullshit. Jeez. I never see a flat earther doing this. Check the data or a fucking glober. So we should start here if we want to make assumptions about global warming or cloud seeding. What a joke. So this would be the first thing they would manipulate. If there was global warming. If there was any global warming or cloud seeding, we should see it back in this data. But we don't. Later in this video I will show one more data set from Virginia, from 3 stations. Maybe you clowns should do some research before you pushing some bullshit to your viewers, clowns. And you too, pushing garbage like cloud seeding, weather modification, blocking the sun. You are just an idiot. No research skills. Just repeating other videos or even the mainstream media.
All right, Kevin Arnold from the Wonder Years. What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me with Winnie Cooper? All right, just kidding. Kevin says, the most important topic, thanks. Oh, I'm glad you think so. See, because a part of me is wondering if this is just some fear-mongering shit for the moment.
You are the one doing the fear-mongering, clown.
Because I can show you articles and videos from like 7 years ago where they're like, scientists are talking about possibly spraying particles into the stratosphere to reflect UV rays back into outer space to combat global warming. So I can show you videos that are like 7, 8 years old talking about this. So now they're finally getting around to supposedly doing it. When we know they've just been spraying God knows what in the sky and controlling the weather in all sorts of different ways.
Sounds like fear-mongering to me. So you're telling us they modify the weather locally, and you're telling us it happens naturally also.
When anybody who's been paying attention notices, the weather does some funky things in some places. I live in California, and there's a lot of microclimates depending on where you live.
All over the world there are microclimates. Don't you think microclimates, local climates can change or always stay the same?
And so some places have gotten hotter. Now check it out. Some places, it's just like the same as it always was.
The same scientists that tell you they can modify the weather also tell you there is wind up in the sky. And those particles they spray blow into another direction. Why the climate don't change on other locations, like you just mentioned, they stay always the same. So are you telling us there is no wind blowing these magic particles in another direction? Do you think that, Jake? The same scientists also tell you the sun is 93 million miles away and that you can land on the moon. Those scientists you are repeating.
So for instance, in Northern California, if you go to the coast, it's cool all year long.
Are you telling us when you sprinkle fairy dust high into the atmosphere, it not blows away to areas like you just mentioned? Or you think it hangs still in the sky and don't drop down in thin air or blow away? You're mad.
There's no snow on the coast, even in winter, but then in summertime, it's cool even during the summertime. So for instance, you could go along the northern coast of California and it's going to be in the 60s in the middle of July and August, right? But then once you leave the coast and start getting more inland, suddenly the temperature can shoot up over 100 degrees and you'll be like, holy fuck, global warming. I feel the global warming. Then go right back over to the coast where it's 60 degrees in the middle of August. You're like, shit.
Couple of years ago, during the truckers protest in Canada, it was minus 25 Celsius. And on the same moment, in Spain, on the same latitude, it was 15 degrees above zero. So that's a difference of 40 degrees. Is that weather modification or a natural happening?
I need to wear a sweater in the middle of August, right? And then in the mountains, there's still snowstorms here in California that pack the mountains with snow.
Is that because they block the sun and then automatically it becomes colder? Or you think it's a natural thing?
And there's people who go skiing and shit every year. So the mountains still get a bunch of snow. So we haven't reached the point where places that used to be nice and cool are super hot, or the ski slopes don't have any snow anymore and the ski industry died.
So all the stuff you claim they spray in the sky don't blow to these areas? You are a clown.
Right? Not only with sprays and planes, but facilities and electromagnetic waves and whatnot, right? They got all this wonderful, nefarious technology that they can use against us.
But it can also be the microclimate, according to yourself. And you only saw those devices on YouTube videos. And maybe on some pictures. Yeah, I've seen pictures from guys on the moon.
And build it with our tax dollars, and then, keep it a secret from us.
Hold on. If it's a secret, how come you know about it?
So they have all this nefarious technology
That you have no proof of. It even works.
to use as a weapon against us. So are we really that stupid to be like, oh, they wouldn't do that?
So you're telling us the mainstream media is fear-mongering. But you do the same fear-mongering, piece of shit.
They would also be harming themselves. Not necessarily.
Are you telling us they are immune for it? Huh. And the family members, are they also immune for it? So if we have to believe in spraying, then we can see they are spraying above each government building.
If they know the best ways to remove these deadly toxins from their body and live a much longer, healthier life by eating all sorts of foods that we're no longer allowed to have that aren't contaminated with chemicals and poisons and whatnot.
Are you immune? After breathing in all this poison, after all these years, eating all this poisonous food? What is your secret? And I see you have a new shield friend, Danny Diesel, that is donating to you. Don't you know? Danny Diesel only hangs around on shield channels. Today, Flatsoid was caught in a huge lie and manipulation. And then Danny say this, Flatsoid wins. While he's being exposed hardcore by me and some other guys. Lying. So this is your new friend. Okay, good to know.
You guys, this is my 42nd year of being alive. I am officially a 42-year-old man. This is what 42 years old looks like. Not too bad, huh?
Why you don't have cancer yet? After all these years? Breathing in this magic fairy dust? It looks like they replaced you. With another piece of shit like you. Or maybe you wear a mask to protect yourself from all this chemtrail dust. Yeah, or own some chemtrail pot. Why don't you tell your subscribers your secret? You must have access to this healthy food.
All right. So, they probably don't mind tanking with the weather and taking in a little bit of the toxins if they know the perfect way to get rid of all of them and if their food is pristine.
Where do they grow all this pristine food? On places where the wind can't reach?
They don't mind taking in a little bit of the poison, as long as we're getting the brunt of most of the poison, right?
We talk about millions and millions of people here getting this special treatment. Because all those people in the so-called government and the elite have family members. So I think they want to save their family members after spraying them with poison. Do you think those family members also get this non-poisonous food, Jake?
So even if somebody says, do you really think the bad guys would spray stuff up there in the sky? The poison would come down on them.
And spraying on millions and millions and millions of their family members. And even spraying on their minions that help them to produce scams. You know, like media scams, every kind of scam you can think of. You cover in your channel.
Yeah, I really do. I think that they are diabolical enough that they've figured out how to leave this body and enter the next body.
Do they want family members to do that, Jake? So they spraying the skies and then take care of their own body and the family members they love? They just don't care about. Are you telling us that, Jake?
So here's another reason why I think they're diabolical enough to spray poison in the sky and poison themselves. They can get rid of this body that they're in now and transfer their conscience to the next body.
That's some amazing technology, Jake. Jesus Christ. I think you've become a little bit crazy, you fucking moron. Jesus Christ. Pure fantasy.
Then why do they give a fuck? They'll just transfer their consciousness into the next body, as they probably have been doing. You know, people at the tippity top, we have to assume, or at least I will, are men who figured out how to transfer their consciousness from one body to the next.
So, you made up that reason to explain why these people don't get sick from breathing in this poison, just like you. Are you transforming to another body, Jake? Clown. I can't remember you being sick in a live stream from breathing in all this poison. And what about all those tiny insects in my garden that eat, for example, from my lettuce? They should drop dead in an instant on an overdose of fairy dust.
So that they could continue with their intelligence. So rather than start over as a baby, you just transfer what you know into the next young, able body.
Oh, they can use a body from a young man. What did you request? A body from a 14-year-old boy?
And continue. It would be a lot easier to build a gigantic billion-dollar corporation if you know, could keep transferring your knowledge into the next body. Continue making it happen. If that makes sense.
No, not really. I wonder how much of your subscribers buy into that bullshit, you clown.
The approach known as solar radiation management could offer temporary climate reprieve.
It could offer temporary climate reprieve. We temporarily fixed the global warming by spraying the sun and blocking it, or spraying your view of the sun and blocking it. So we temporarily made it cooler in some places. But if you want us to keep fixing it, we're going to have to keep spraying. Otherwise, the problem, you know, it's going to come back. See how the terms that they're using? Temporarily.
According to them, it's temporary. Are you telling us they can do it forever? That sounds like more fear-mongering than the mainstream media does.
All right. Frank Castle said, is it possible they're just saying this to cover up a natural process of the sun dimming down in the future? No, this is more to cover their ass for the fact that they're already messing with the weather and have been messing with the weather.
You still talking about the sun? I just remember you said we all seen our own sun, according to you and the model you created, blocking out a single sun that circles above the earth. In theory, blocking out the sun on this model would be way more easy, don't you think? You didn't educate this subscriber very well. He talks about the sun. Now, you had to correct him, Jake. There is not a single sun, according to you. Everybody sees his own sun. Is this subscriber of yours thinking the sun is some energy source that can burn up? And some years ago, the sun already dimmed down for me. I have recorded that. I could film the sun without solar filter I could not do that for the last 5 years. Back in 2018, it was like 3 times, 4 times in a week I could do that. for the last 5 years. I'm not able to record this. All I get is the same result as this here. No crispy sun, without solar filter. So something have changed. Jake never shared one of my sundozer videos. Those are amazing. These planes plowing in to the sun. And here I spotted an orb in front of the plane. What is that? These so-called planes plowing into the sun. I do all kinds of enhancements here. And here we have another one plowing into the sun without solar filter. It makes a flat side on the sun. Oh, look at that. Amazing. Years ago, a Glober shared this video to his viewers and told him this was some kind of space UFO. These so-called chem planes do the most crazy stuff. I have a whole bunch of videos at my channel that show the impossibilities. You can stand on the ground and look in the sky at these planes, but you really need to zoom in to see some amazing stuff. And best of all, it's all my own stuff, my own recordings. I don't have to borrow stuff from other people.
So they just slowly tell us that in the future they're thinking about messing with the weather.
With other words, they're already doing it.
And if they do that long enough, right, then people, once this generation has died out, a couple generations down the line, they could be like, yeah, we've always been tanking with the weather. We told you that.
And it seems you're repeating that. You have not a single proof.
And they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's right. It'll just seem like common knowledge that the government tanks with the weather and that it's to combat global warming. It's a good thing.
Do you think the government forgot to edit this precipitation data I showed in the beginning to that advanced to push global warming? Maybe they can't manipulate it because people on those weather stations would notice. I fetched some more data from 3 old stations in Virginia. That looks very stable. No sign of global warming or cloud seeding. Very stable. For like 75 years. This is no sign of global warming, or cloud seeding, or any other weather manipulation with rain involved, or snow. Very stable each year.
So it'll just be taught that they have been doing this and combating it's to combat global warming, and that they're always combating global warming. They just ease it in like this, right? Without having anybody notice that they're under attack, you know, with their weather being manipulated.
How would you aim that magic fairy dust? If you watch my time lapses, then you can see clouds going in 3 different directions at the same moment. How do you aim this magic powder on the right spot?
The last thing they want is for people to collectively wake up to the fact that the weather's manipulated, because then they might have a rational thought like, hey, wait a minute. What about all those crazy tornadoes and floods?
There was always tornadoes and floods. Maybe you should look up the history of tornadoes and floods.
Did you guys control any part of that? They don't want to have to answer any of those questions.
Nobody controls the sky. No weather modification. Maybe the sky is controlling us. You can't get killed by the sky. As long as the data don't show more precipitation, then this cloud seeding and global warming is a theory, not been proven, cause and effect.
How come you didn't use any of this technology to stop one of them hurricanes?
Maybe because the technology don't exist, just like the weather modification technology don't exist, clown.
From flooding one of them cities, right? How come you didn't stop those tornadoes coming in by spraying some shit in there and neutralizing them?
Do you really, the technology exists, spraying some magic fairy dust on a tornado, and then this tornado magically stop? Do you think that? Or you want your viewers to believe that? That is also possible.
We're trying to figure out how to do that, but first we have to block the sun.
The globe Earth sun, not the sun on your flat Earth, where anyone sees his own sun. That is impossible to block. There are millions and billions of suns according to you, Jake. Come on, man, how can you block that? And you should not speak of the sun in that case.
Before we can figure out how to stop a hurricane from destroying a city, we're going to need to block the sun first. We got to get rid of this whole sun problem first. Okay? And then we'll figure out how to stop hurricanes from destroying cities. Huh?
You were just telling a story to your subscribers. You have zero proof, Jake.
So far, he isn't mentioning the fact that, you know, humans down below are going to absorb whatever they're spraying, right? And what about the health effects of the people?
What about your health effects? You're walking the dog very often and being outside very often. Don't you have to protect your sensitive dog? You know, your dog is way smaller and way more sensitive for all this poison. What you do to protect yourself and to protect your doggy.
So you notice they don't talk about the health of the people. They go right to the effects of the atmosphere, the effect on the planet. But they don't mention the health of the people down below.
But it also opens the door to immense uncertainty. It may sound cool, but it has many pitfalls. This strategy could theoretically offset global warming. It's a plan B, a planetary sunshade. But critics warn it's also a Pandora's box. Shift too much sunlight and you could derail monsoons, disrupt agriculture, or spark new geopolitical flashpoints? And who decides how much sun the world gets? Which countries win?
That's a whole bunch of scaremongering for the sheeple. And Jake put some extra on top to make it real for his gullible subscribers.
So they're using words like geoengineering. See here, geoengineering. So they're just using these terms openly. And I remember there was a time where when I would bring up geoengineering, people would be like, what's that? And I'll be like, oh, where they spray shit in the sky and manipulate the weather. Oh, yeah, that's crazy talk.
That's indeed crazy talk. And a global agenda for some reason. And you pushing it also, Jake.
And people still think it's crazy talk, even though like they're using these words, openly, talking about doing this openly.
Yeah, they always talk openly about hoaxes. Like the moon landing, they talk very openly about that. They talk about everything very openly that isn't true, Jake. Don't you know that?
Right. So if like the mountains weren't getting any snow anymore and if the Northern California beaches were now super hot, then I would be like, okay, there is some sort of a heat issue that's happening too quickly, right? This could get out of hand. Now I wouldn't be quick to blame us as the reason. But here's the thing, I'm only noticing that in some places people have noticed that like, oh, there used to be a frozen lake here, but now the lake doesn't get frozen. So some people tell me, for instance, oh, this lake always used to freeze every year, but now it doesn't freeze all the way.
Same shit in Holland. No snow anymore. Holland is only like 100 kilometers by 250 kilometers. It's a microclimate. But 400 kilometers east of me, they have tons and tons of snow. So this is no proof of weather manipulation. It can be the microclimate. How can you determine which areas are affected by weather manipulation, Jake?
So I have heard stories like that from some of you guys in the Midwest and Northeast, where you used to see more snow than you do now. So I'm noticing this stuff is kind of regional.
Let's say the weather is changed in my country, and my country is so small. Let's visualize a plane spraying some fairy dust at 9, 10, 12 kilometer altitude, where the wind blows with 100 to 300 kilometers an hour. That fairy dust will blow over very fast. If you believe in that fairy dust weather modification science, then you also believe there are jet streams so high up in the sky at 10, 12 kilometer altitude.
There's some places that seem to be unaffected.
How come, Jake? Is the high winds not spreading out this magic fairy dust to these locations and affect them?
So to what degree does this stuff just naturally happen, right? And then to what degree does man alter things? And then to what degree is it the government altering the weather on purpose? We have to take all this into consideration. So I have to consider that, the temperatures might naturally just kind of go up and down throughout the years, regardless of what men are doing. And I would also argue that since the government is tanking with the weather, that results can be skewed, of course, because of that.
How can we prove to ourselves the government is doing that? The precipitation data don't show that at all. No weather modification, no global warming. It don't exist, Jake. It's microclimate, local climate that is changing.
So us thinking, oh, well, I used to see a lot more snow and ice, back when I was a kid, and now I don't see nearly as much snow or ice here anymore. So therefore, that must mean the Earth is warming. Well, it just might mean that the government made your certain area hotter.
Make the area hotter. I wonder how they do that. If they make one area hotter, the surrounding areas should also increase a little bit in temperature. Can you show us that, Jake?
Rather than the whole Earth warming, they just made your certain area hotter.
How? So according to you, they can block the sun, and then automatically it becomes cooler, and they can also make it hotter. Is that by removing the clouds? Do you think that, Jake? How do you make something hotter? Less clouds? Huh. Interesting theory you have. What a joke. This clown is telling you he's the biggest comedian on YouTube. And you have to take that serious. I have enough of that piece of shit, lying scumbag. Go fuck yourself, idiot. And like 2 months ago, way before your bullshit, when you talked behind my back, I made this comment on your video. And it seems like you not responded to rebut it. Because you know you can't, clown.
Jake sitting back in his office chair, chilling, watching the sky while the sun be grilling. He say, don't you see how the clouds get weird? That's fairy dust floating engineered. He point to a jet with the fairy dust trail, say, they making weather like a fairy tale. No storm today, they twist the fate. It's glitter from the sky in a silver state. Tom fairy dust skies, what a magical lie. Clouds get thick while the birds fly by. Jake knows truth, he don't wear no tin foil. Just sandals, a smile, and coconut oil. Fairy dust skies and the air feels strange. Sun gets hotter but the map don't change. Oh, yeah. He scrolls through clips on his mobile screen, saying, that ain't clouds, that's a smoky sheen. No globe to spin, just a flat out bluff. With fairy dust trails, they can't hide that stuff. Jake got fans from the US to Spain, all watching the skies for glitter rain. He says they block the sun with a secret gun, shooting dust in the sky till the day looks done. Jake got fans from the US to Spain, all watching the skies for glitter rain. He says it's heating up, but not from cars. It's fairy dust tech from secret stars. Don't need no skies and the breeze feels fake. Jake's got a smoothie and a slice of cake. He don't need school, he don't need class, just a clear sky cam and a patch of grass. Fairy dust skies with a shimmering glow, covering truth like a personal show. Don't need no scientist suit and tie when you got your eyes and a big blue sky. The globe's just spinning a teacher's tale, but Jake's seen fairy dust blow the veil. He say they shade the sun like it's all a game, and still folks wonder why the heat feels strange. Oh, yeah. Don't need no skies, the clouds don't lie. Jake's singing loud while the jets ride high. He got the vibe, he got the beat, dancing in flip-flops on Bake Street. Fairy dust skies, truth's in the breeze. Jake's just crying underneath the trees.
Beneath the moon, the sky so wide, Jeran and I sat side by side. His hand found mine, a perfect fit. The world grew still, this was it. His voice was low. His wiener went deep, a truth we'd buried, no longer asleep. I love you, he said, no need to hide. And something stirred so warm inside. We kissed beneath that silver light, a spark that danced into the night. No words were left, no need to try, just moonlight, love, Jeran and I.
Don't need no scientist suit and tie when you got your eyes and a big blue sky. The globe's just spinning a teacher's tale, but Jake's seen fairy dust blow the veil. He say they shade the sun like it's all a game, and still folks wonder why the heat feels strange.